Okay, today I'm starting out with something different, huh? Recording on two cameras this time to see how that works out. What's up, peoples? It's been a minute since I posted a video. Just haven't been really feeling like posting for many reasons, which I'll get into in this video. But this video is actually to give an appreciation to my subscribers and the people that have sent me messages asking how come I stopped making videos and asking me to continue to make videos. So, this is for you. I had a lot of video ideas in my head. I just never recorded them because I wasn't in the mood for many reasons, like I said, which I'll get into. So thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the comments. All of that shows that the wacky stuff that I say is not going on deaf ears, that there are some people that actually understand what I'm saying and vibe with what I'm saying, which is good. Because sometimes when you talk about certain subjects, it wards people off, which is fine. But what I notice now is that the narrative is changing, the climate is changing as to how people are perceiving information. So, and I'm going to make a video on that as well. So again, thank you all. And I want to also say that I took a vow of stupidity when 2019 came around. I was thinking about it last year, and I said when this year comes, I'm going to work on being stupid and kind of denouncing my regular plans of achieving wealth, which is what I've always been about, wealth and knowledge. Two things that's always been giving me bumpy roads. I've been up and down, had money, lost money, had money, lost money, always achieved knowledge and tons of books along the way. So I figured, you know what? The best way to make things easier would to become stupid. I figured how hard could it be, right? And if I just said forget wealth, less stress, less pressure, right? If you just put ambition on the side and just focused on the simple things, maybe stuff would get easier. But my birthday just passed, and I have come to the realization this weekend, a few days after my birthday, that that's not gonna work for me. People told me that I was crazy, that I was bugging. I represent knowledge, that's what it is. And you always talk about wealth, so for you to give those two things up would be ludicrous. So I was like, well, let me see. I figured people that are ignorant, not even ignorant, but just refuse to learn, and people that just cared about bills, I figured that was the way to go. So I did it, and being stupid is harder than I thought. I didn't know that being dumb and stupid would be so challenging. And I even went on a whole campaign prior to get rid of friends on Facebook by posting the most outlandish things. Figure if I post the most outlandish types of information that some people will call conspiracy stuff, it would minimize my friends list, and I would get rid of people, and that would be that. My quest to becoming stupid would be working. But it didn't work. What happened was I relapsed and wound up talking to people, and when you have genuine conversations with people, what happens is your real self shows out more, especially if the other person is present. It's one thing about sincerity is that sincerity brings all types of people to their higher self. So the sincere you, whatever that is what brings people the most honest to you. So whatever is honest to them is going to be their highest form of honesty to you if you show your honest form of sincerity. So I noticed that. And being that I gave up real estate and retired from it because of the stress levels, because all money's not good money, I was like, well, one of my major focuses in and through our life is I always wanted to have a super fit body. So I was like, okay, but I've never been a job person. I've always been a person that had his own business. So me and jobs just didn't mesh for like 20 years, But I was like, well, if I'm giving up real estate, the savings is going to run out. You're going to live this basic, stupid life, denounce bread. So what's next? The job. So I said, okay, what would fit? So I got a job at a gym. So I was like, that double the purpose. I get paid, get my body right, lay low, don't got to deal with too many people. Boom. But what I found was, ironically, is that working at this job, which is something that's really not my thing, even though I'm good at it, I realized that I've met a lot of sincere people at this gym. And what the gym has taught me is that it's a place where you get to see people's most fragile moments and you get to see people's egos. And in looking at the spectrum in between fragile and ego, you get to see a lot of different type of personalities, a lot of different habits, but you always get to see, whether they show it or not, who a person is, openly or closed. And in seeing that, I realized that my connection with people always swung back to knowledge. It always swung back to information, because people, no matter what level of information they may know, the fact that they're at this gym means that they want to obtain a better lifestyle for themselves. They want to be a better version of themselves. So at some point, information is going to cross their path, because going to the gym, you also have to learn about the body. And then in learning about the body, you have to learn about health, diet, and these things overlap. And then these things get to optimal mind states. These things get to beneficial emotional states, which lead you to this course and that course. So ultimately, knowledge and fitness seem to overlap, even if a person isn't diligently reading or studying. So in realizing that, I realized that my sincerity could never be dumb, no matter how much I tried, even though I thought that was the answer, because most people don't want to hear truth. They want to run away from it. So when realizing that, I said, wow. But it wasn't until this weekend, because I'm a man of a certain age now, that I realized that, oh, drop my back scratcher, which comes in handy as you get older for those hard to reach parts of your back. But what I realized is that you have to always be honest and never dishonor your sincere self. And your sincere self might even cause friction or conflict with people, but that's okay. And what I realized is that I was getting older and coming back to New York and things like that, I was getting into more conflict and arguments with people, and it started to bother me. But now I realize that when you're sincere to yourself, whatever happens, happens. Not saying you don't have control of what happens, but if people are going to react to what you say, then there's only so much you can give it thought. And there's no way you can run away from it. So with me, I'm about knowledge. I'm about reading. I'm about truth. I'm about evidence, even if it sounds outlandish. I know a lot of people that run away from that. That's just not me. And I thought it would be. I tried, but it's not. Who I am is knowledge. Who I am is representing acquisition of wealth. And those are two things that I've always stood on all my adult life. And I can't change it, no matter the friction, no matter the arguments, no matter the friends lost, the family lost. It's just not me. So, in saying all that, it was actually the messages from you subscribers and a few things that happened this weekend and just the whole course of this journey of being stupid that I realized that people are who they are. And whether they agree with you or not, what they will rock with, what they will vibe with you on is your sincerity. And through your sincerity, no matter what the differences are, it's that level of sincerity between you and the other person that's going to make your vibe, your interaction, and your relationship with them genuine. If your sincerity conflicts with their sincerity, then it's a matter of how much both of you, sincerity and truth, cares about the other person in order to get through those frictions, even if they happen more than once or continuously. And that's the problem, is that people tend to run away from friction. And I realized that in trying to be stupid and denouncing money and wealth, which is something that I've always wanted to have, pursued, studied, basked in, um, it was a form of avoidance. It was a form of assimilation, which is just counter to who I am. I don't assimilate. Um, I'm not a sheep. I don't like conventional wisdom. I deal with truth, and wherever truth leads me is what I stand on, even if it conflicts with anybody. So I couldn't be stupid. I just couldn't. And I even tried. I watched hours of Family Feud. I mean, I done watched a whole bunch of stuff. When I tell you, I watched like 20 hours of Wildin' Out. I'm telling you, I made diligent efforts to be stupid. But what I noticed is that when I came in contact with people and I was sincere and they came with me with sincerity, what happens was that burst through everything. And in sincerity, my natural inclination to suggest a book or to suggest this video or to suggest some form of knowledge, it completely overshadowed any conscious attempt that I had to be stupid, because I have years and years of habits of acquiring knowledge, and that's just who I am. So it's gonna come out whether I'm talking to someone and I'm asking them their sign because I deal with astrology. That's who I am. I could be drunk and I'm like, yo, what's your sign? The knowledge clicks in. Plus, people would contact me for readings. I'm like, okay, I'm getting paid to do readings, and it would be out of nowhere. So it just made me realize that, you know what? That's me. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I haven't made a video in damn near a year. Because I just was like, you know what? People are sheep. They want to believe what's in the media. They think that these events are real. They see these staged fake events, and they think people are either actually dying, or if they are dying, they think it's an organic thing that has nothing to do with this government. So in dealing with people like that, because I get extreme, I even offered money. I'm like, if these people are dead, show me their birth certificates. I used to put up money, their death certificates. I would offer money. Prove to me that this is an organic event. Nobody would take it. So I said, you know what? This is a matter of people just want to choose the paradigm and narrative that they're in. And if their paradigm and narrative does not match yours, you can either agree that your sincerities are going to coexist and disagree, or it's going to be so much tension that the person and you just separate, and it's best that you both part ways. And I've come to that conclusion that that's just me. If people want to have a certain narrative or paradigm, fine. Keep it away from me, because if anything comes in my paradigm, I'm going to mention that outlandish stuff. I'm going to mention that so-called quackery stuff, the mislabeling of conspiracy theories. I'm not changing that, never changing that. That's just who I am. So once you stand firm in that, then you free your mind up to think about what's important and what you need to do in order to be a better you. So that's why I wanted to make this video. This video was about thanking you that reached out to me, the subscribers, and also always being sincere. Even if you're confused, lost, depressed, or whatever it is, it's your sincerity that's going to bring people to a level that's going to treat you and interact with you at a point to where even if you are down or depressed or whatever your situation is that might not be favorable, it's that sincerity that's going to lift you up. And I realized that working at this gym. This gym showed me that, because I always had the view that most people are savages. But being at this gym, I done met some good people. And it surprised me. It really did surprise me, especially me being in a job, which is something I don't do. So I was like, wow, there's some good people that exist. And when you see genuineness in multiple capacities, it kind of changes whatever pessimism and skepticism that you have. And I could say that being at this gym, working out constantly, being there every day, and seeing the genuineness and the vulnerability and the sincerity and the strength and the consistency, you start to realize that that's what matters. No matter what your viewpoint is, no matter what your personality is, what matters is your ability to be sincere when you interact with people. And sincerity is not about positive and negative. Sincerity is just about you being able to express feelings, thoughts, emotions, will, whatever it is that's in you at the time when you speak to someone, and you do it in a respectful way in which they don't feel violated. As long as you do that, whatever doubt or whatever negative emotion that is there, if it's there, is going to dissipate at some point when you interact with people. So sincerity is the name of the game, period. And my sincerity, I don't like to say my truth. I think that's new age nonsense. Oh, I'm living my truth. Well, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a such thing as an absolute truth. Like, the sun shines on everyone. That's an absolute. So living my truth, I think that's a cop-out. But we all have our own type of sincerity. And sincerity is an absolute truth because it's something that's genuine to you, genuine to me. So when we talk, that genuine manifests as respect. The fact that I respect you, the fact that you respect me, brings us to a level where we converse with each other and we recognize what bothers us and what doesn't. Or that I'm going to speak to this person at a level in which they don't feel disrespected or violated, you know? So that is what's supreme. So once you have that, and once you're able to express that, no matter how awkward, no matter how different, no matter how opposite it is of society, that's the real compass, is how you're able to show that sincerity to people, because they will match it and you will bring those good people to you. So that's why I wanted to make this video, and I'm going to, well, not hopefully, this is the start or process of me continuing to make more videos. Now that I've done my journey towards being stupid, I've denounced it. It's not working for me. So we back on our knowledge, we back on our outlandish stuff, we back on our controversy. So pay attention to the videos. I'm going to have way more subjects. It's going to be way more outlandish, but I'm not going to get on here and rant, because that's not my thing. I'm about that evidence. I'm about these books. I'm about proof, and I'm about truth. So the next videos that's going to come, hopefully you'll enjoy them. Hopefully you'll learn, you'll be informed. They're going to be some heavy hitters. And you may see me in the same getup, because I might go back to back and make some more. So with that, thank you if you're still here at the end. But you know me, I'm going to timestamp it so you can skip to your favorite parts at any time that you want. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your video suggestions. Some of you want me to make part 2s to certain videos, part 3s to certain videos. So I will get into the mindset of doing so. So thank you for those that rock with me on my vibe. And I'm about to make another one right now. This one is going to be about how the truth community and the Black conscious movement are really the new Democrats and Republicans. So hopefully you enjoy that. Peace.